And you mentioned being a mother. What are you going to tell your kids about this achievement, this accomplishment? Do you talk to the kids about that sort of stuff, or are they kind of doing their thing? And
well,
you know,
no, I don't.
mom
They're
comes home
young.
and she's
They're
mom.
young still.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually I will. And I think the biggest lesson is, you know, you don't necessarily. I think when you're young, you think you have your life all figured out. You think you know exactly what you want, what you're going to do, and then the truth is your destiny takes over.
Right.
No matter what you think you want for yourself. I mean, of course, there are choices that we make and very conscious choices. But I would have never, I just did not envision me staying on the show for this long. Also, I didn't envision the audience would stay with us for that long. I didn't ever think the show would survive certain people leaving.
Right.
So that's a surprise. And then the other sort of sweet spot about it is that I don't think it's any secret that in the first 7 years of this show we had quite a lot of drama, and it's just because the nature of the long hours that we work, and actors are sensitive people, and this was a huge smash out the gate, and there's a lot of emotions and feelings, and there's just a lot going on, and it isn't, there's nothing that's anyone's fault. It's the press, it's the actors, it's just everything, right? But it could have been, and for some people, I'm sure it was a bad experience here, And there was something about being able to continue this and changing the ending to the story. So this chapter of my life didn't end with a bad story or a negative story, or we only had bad memories. That was amazing, but it was super dramatic, and there was a lot of crazy things that happened, and so glad that's over.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that's some people's story, and that's their story. For me, what I'm grateful for is being able to say, I get the opportunity to keep doing this, and I get to change the way we do it. And I get to change the experience for people.
Yes.
And we get to make this a different work culture, a different workplace. And I think the evolution of Shonda and I together, and she's been so generous with me, generous with her spirit, and generous with her leadership and mentorship. We've been able to continue this show and make it a workplace and make it be an example for other workplaces, how you treat your workers, how you treat your actors, how to let women be moms, how to let dads be dads.
Well, being like a social media generation, they are, they kind of look at it from that perspective. My girls are old enough that they knew, a life before Grace, whereas my son, this is, all that he's known. So it's kind of like, okay, what else? I don't think, he understands as far as accomplishments are concerned, what that means.
I think since they were such a young age when we started, they don't really know much. They're very happy for, hey, I'm paying
That's
for college.
the norm.
Yeah.
The norm is that you're on Grey's
And
Anatomy.
I'm on Grey's Anatomy. It's such a part of, so they don't really, they're,
Do they think you're cool?
no. And nor should your child think your parent is too cool, right? Yeah.
Oh, kids? My kids don't watch it. 'Cause I think my daughter finds it weird watching her dad make out with different people.
guy.
Yeah. And my son's not really his thing.
Right.
So
My
that's the
daughters
truth.
are too young to watch it. They're aware because there's some fan love that happens occasionally near them. So they're aware that there's a lot of emotion about it because people sometimes are very emotional. But mostly she's not she doesn't know the impact of the show, thankfully. Mostly she's like, can you be fired so you can spend more time with me? Because the hours can be long, which is hard. It's hard to be away from them.